guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Braden, and today we are going to be chatting about Dylan's New Nightmare, A Nightmare on Elm Street fan film from writer and director Cecil Laird. Now, I had a chance to see this movie last month at Mad Monster here in Arizona. It was a great time. It was a great event and everything like that. And we saw it in like a completely damn near sold out audience. Like the premiere was really cool. That was the first time that it was screened. So it was really cool to be there and be a part of it and everything. I got to meet a lot of really great people, including Vincent DeSanti. I got to have a conversation with Cecil and everything. So you could say that, like many of you, I was looking forward to this for quite some time. And the first thing I want to say, man, is I got to give major props to Cecil and the entire team, really, for sticking through the adversity and getting this shit done. Because this movie has been in development since 2019. This is pre-COVID. And just all of the delays and all of the waiting and everything. I mean, literally at one point I was having a conversation with someone and they asked me about it and they were like, hey, is that ever coming out? And I was like, I'm sure they're still working on it. And they were, because the final product is definitely something that a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street fans are going to adore. So Dylan's New Nightmare acts as an unofficial sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare, one of the most unique and high concept installments to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The short picks up 25 years after the events of New Nightmare and follows Dylan Porter, played by Miko Hughes once again, the young son of Heather Langenkamp, now a grown man trying to make his way in the world his parents raised him in, Hollywood. Little does he know that the evil entity known as Freddy Krueger is back and eager to once again break into our world through the son of his favorite victim. And that's the synopsis of Dylan's New Nightmare, guys. And I just read the IMDb synopsis because I really do not want to spoil anything. So if this review comes off as vague or as bland, it's because the movie's not out yet and I want to give you guys the chance to experience it for the very first time. That is something that Cecil said at Mad Monster, is to honor that if we were going to do a review. Back when I did the Haddonfield Nightmare premiere, I did tell people the same thing. So it's just something that filmmakers do to make sure that we don't give away specific plot points. But I can talk about the direction and I can talk about the characters. So first things first is I gotta say that Cecil Laird's direction here is really good. I think that there's nice camera angles. Some of the shots feel well crafted. The look of the movie is really, really good. I think that it looks pretty much to the professional scale that you would want this fan film to look like. And a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film is no easy task to take on because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And a lot of that also has to come with post-production, with the sound design, kind of the changing of worlds and everything like that. But in terms of a camera perspective, I think that everything shifts very well. I think that the transitions from the real world to the dream world is all done incredibly well. So I have no issues there. So the direction and the look of the movie feels like it could be a continuation of New Nightmare. That's definitely one of the most important elements, is making it feel like it is within the same world as New Nightmare was, and it definitely does feel like that. So really damn good job there to the entire team for making that happen. Moving into the performances, the first one I do want to talk about, obviously Miko Hughes is back, guys. This is a big deal because he is the one that played Dylan Porter in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. At Mad Monster, it was fun to kind of hear what he had to say just about like the life shift away from acting and everything. He did say he hadn't acted in over 20 years. He was telling the audience just a little bit about, you know, how he came to get involved with this, which is definitely really cool to have that sort of insight. And for somebody not acting in over 20 years and stepping back into a role that they took on as a young kid, I mean, I think that he does a great job. I think that the performance, it feels like a really solid continuation because it's actually the same actor playing Dylan as when he was a kid. So it definitely feels like, you know, you could almost see the fear, and he just feels like something is going on. And when Freddy inevitably comes back, you can just tell that the childhood trauma is there and it's back. And that's definitely something that I was looking for, and definitely something that Miko did a great job at presenting to us. So he was great. But for me, the real standout in this movie, and it shouldn't surprise any of you, is Dave McRae as Freddy Krueger. And McRae, I don't think that they could have casted anybody better for a fan-made movie for A Nightmare on Elm Street. He truly did make it seem like that somebody else can play Freddy Krueger. And I mean, he's fantastic. Like, the makeup look is outstanding. I don't know the name of all of the special effects artists that worked on this, but seriously, you guys knocked it out of the park. The look of Freddy, his mannerisms feels like it's, again, a continuation of New Nightmare. The way that, you know, he talks and walks and everything like that. But he also does give his own flavor to the character, which is something that I appreciated a lot. Like, it feels like a continuation, but he gives it that little McRae flavor to it. And he's great. I mean, the look of Freddy, he's been marketing it online. The entire team has been marketing it now online. Ever since that first look of him, like, people are excited, man. Freddy is back. Actual Freddy is back, like, with the makeup and everything like that. I think that he's fantastic in the role. The voice is awesome. I do think that they did something with his voice to make it deeper in post-production. I mean, don't quote me on that. It could be just completely his voice, but it just feels echoey sometimes and whatnot. But we'll talk about issues down the line. I think Destiny and I may end up doing a Fear Freaks podcast episode on it to talk about spoilers the weekend after it comes out. But until then, I have to kind of be careful with what I'm saying. And before I say anything else, just know, guys, that Dave McRae does great as Freddy. Miko Hughes does great as Dylan. It's really the two of them that are standouts. And there's other cameos that come in here that I'm definitely not going to spoil as well. But just know, if you guys are fans of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and especially New Nightmare, I think that you guys are going to get a really solid kick out of this, and this film is recommended. So with all that being said, post your guys' comments down below. Let me know, what do you guys think? Have you guys seen Dylan's New Nightmare? Are you guys excited for Dylan's New Nightmare? Whatever you guys' thoughts are, leave comments in the comment section. I'd absolutely love to read them. And as always, if you guys like this, don't forget to join this channel on its journey to 15,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video.